All right, Cancer, it's interesting to me because both of these are talking about really taking an outside perspective on what you may have been perceiving. It's almost like what you have been seeing happening in your life is not, like, I don't want to say not accurate, but I think that, your view needs to change on it now. And you need to just kind of sit back and let things happen because everything that's happening is good. It's just you need to take the outsider's perspective here. And that's for both of these. So from Lay Vampire, Outsider, Misfit, Loner, and Wanderer, and then Time for a Nap from Wisdom of the Oracle. You don't have to act this time to receive what you want. Some of you may have been perceiving your life thinking, I need to do this, I need to do A, B, and C in order to get what I want. No, you don't. Not this time. Right? And the way that you've been looking at it is, now it's not that like I said, it's not that it's not accurate. It's just you need to take a different perspective on it. Outsider. Now, this doesn't mean in this case that you've been pushed to the outside of, a relationship or a situation in general here. This is really about accepting, like I said, the outsider's position. So you can observe, watch, see, record, and it's going to give you a very different perspective on how things have been happening in your life. Time for a nap. It says the overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. So it's basically saying let things come to you. All these good things are coming to you. You need to just sit back and relax now and watch it unfold. All right, Cancer, here's your overall. The Seven of Pentacles. Talking about perspective and seeing things a little bit differently, but this isn't like the Hangman here. This is reevaluating. So with the Seven of Pentacles, what I love about this one, especially with this deck, and I had talked about this before this week, it poses the question, how has reality been stacking up to your expectations? So are you seeing what you want through all of the hard work and effort you've been putting into something? Is it time to continue, working on this? Or do we need to walk away or do things differently? Regardless, you're reevaluating things based on what you have to show for everything that has happened up to this point. Now, in the past, the Hermit, and I don't feel like that's you anymore. I think that that's where you were. I don't think that it's still an issue. But I do think that you're taking what you've learned from, solitude here and hopefully applying it in a better way where you get to see continued growth. The Hermit is the past. You're just taking a time out here, right? And gaining perspective, looking at the bigger picture, right? Like taking the outsider's look. But, perspective is subjective. It's one of the things that I talk about when it comes to the reason why we have so many different tarot readers. I always tell people who are looking to get into starting a channel, yes, you should, because your perspective is so unique and valuable that people may need to hear this. You could take the same situation, give it to two tarot readers, and they'll tell you two different things because the way that we perceive reality is all different. So what is your perspective? And what was the initial goal, right? But that's you in the past. Now, hopefully you guys aren't continuing to stay in this isolated feeling of trying to figure things out, right? Very nice, very nice. So where you were alone, you are no longer. The Four of Wands. Now, I look at this and I think that for some of you, it's rebuilding. Some of you, you're rebuilding your lives with a person. I think that, there are definitely some lessons learned from the past, but this looks good. Now, with the Four of Wands right now, we're talking about, a level of accomplishment, but how do you continue that, right? Are you being realistic too? But I don't know. I don't think that that's the issue. With the Seven of Pentacles, I feel a little bit more grounded. It would have been different if it was the Seven of Cups here. But I do like the Four of Wands, but we'll see. Oh, okay. I haven't seen this one this week, I don't think. Future conditions, justice. And I like it because of the Four of Wands being in the present moment. This to me is like building things in a way where you get to celebrate and be happy, and things are fair and balanced now. You know, I don't think that anybody is needing to correct any issues. I think that, you know, by rebuilding, you're doing that already. But I think that, you know, in future conditions, you're getting a better sense of fairness and balance in your situation, whether we're talking about relationship, court issues, work, whatever it is. This to me looks like it's in your favor, right? Because you're already celebrating an accomplishment. But then justice coming through is like everything is being corrected now. You know, and it's not that you need to correct anything or somebody else needs to correct it. It's just karma working in your favor. But you're going to have to continue the growth if you want to continue to feel like there's stability. I like it. I think it looks great. I understand the Hermit is the past, but you're no longer alone. I don't feel like any of you are alone. But we got to look at how we can continue that kind of stability and growth, right? Oh, your best path to follow. Some of you are going to need to forgive and let go. The Three of Swords is your best path to follow. This to me indicates that there, for some of you, was definitely some heartbreak. And that may be why you needed to kind of take a time out with the Hermit, right? But the Three of Swords being there as your advice is, yeah, you're going to have to get over that now. Whatever heartbreak, whatever betrayal, whatever difficult thing has happened, you know, you need to take a nap, right? You need to recover. You need to rest. You know, you need to let those wounds heal, so to speak. It's funny because it kind of has a Four of Swords type of feel. But this, to me, is a huge indicator as to what some of you may have been experiencing. Especially if we're talking about you getting back together with someone, which is possible for some of you. In your environment, the Nine of Swords. Here's the thing, okay? And it's funny because I always make this connection. This to me was one of the things that, you know, I picked up on when I first picked up the tarot deck when I was 19. When you look at the traditional image or the Smith image of the Nine of Swords, you've got three swords that are stabbing that person in the back, right? So going back to the Three of Swords, cause and effect. With the Four of Wands being in the present moment, you have a very beautiful opportunity to rebuild things. But you have to be willing to allow another person to do this with you, okay? And that's for those of you who are dealing with, you know, getting back together with somebody. The Nine of Swords in your environment, don't let fears and anxieties and negative thoughts hold you back from continuing this. You know, you need to look at that differently, right? It's all about your perspective on what you've experienced. But how is that going to affect the way that you grow, the way that things move forward, right? Just be careful about that. Be careful about all of those thoughts. Now, for some of you, you know, it's not that you need to just forgive and forget, okay? You do need to forgive and let go if you're wanting to rebuild. But if you're needing some kind of explanation or communication, that is something that you need to be upfront about, okay? But you can't, if you're wanting to rebuild with somebody, you can't hold them accountable for things that have happened in the past anymore. You can't say, I want to move forward with you, but I'm going to hold this against you, right? That's where I feel like justice is coming through. I still feel like it's a good thing. I don't think that anybody needs to correct any issues at this point. That should have already happened before you made the choice to move into the Four of Wands, right? Whew, Cancer. But like, I get it. Like, I get it. You know, you may be okay right now with moving forward, but when are those thoughts going to start plaguing you again, right? You can't let that take hold. Your hopes and your fears, the Four of Pentacles, I'm telling you, you're going to have to let it go. You have to let it go. Now, with the Four of Pentacles, if you have at least some level of stability right now, whether we're talking about you rebuilding your life and taking a new work opportunity, or like I said, I feel like for a lot of you, this is about getting back together with somebody where there has been hurt, there has been pain, there has been separation. The Four of Pentacles being there, like I understand that, okay, I've gotten to this point where I now have stability with this person. I don't want it to change. But there are some things that you're going to have to let go of in order for there to be continued growth. You know, you don't want to be in a place where you're looking at this and reevaluating it and going, is it worth it? Because right now, the opportunity is beautiful. It's your own thoughts that are stopping you from this based on past experiences when they need to be released. You know? Wow. Wow, Cancer. And it's no wonder. I think that, you know, with what I was getting from Outsider and Time for a Nap, the way that you have been seeing things, that is where you need to take a step back and go, you know what? That doesn't have to be the future. You know, because I feel good about this. Like, I feel good about it, but I can feel your fears and anxieties and the things that, you know, you may not be able to let go of. But the only way that that's going to happen is if there is some kind of communication, right? Instead of letting, you know, someone in the situation or letting yourself get carried away with thoughts that don't need to be there. You know, that's like sabotaging yourself in the situation. And then coming out, the Empress, perfect. It's perfect. With Justice, yes, as long as your perspective has changed and you reevaluate things that are about continuing growth, not looking at it as, is this worth it? The Empress coming out is beautiful. Abundance, being able to enjoy your life, being comfortable with the Four of Wands. It's almost like you're getting to a place where you're going to be able to enjoy the rest of your life. And then the Ace of Pentacles. Damn, Cancer. Damn, man. This is really good. I love it. I love the way this is coming out. One of my favorite aces. The Knight of Pentacles. This is a long time coming. You know, this is slow and steady. Progress is being made in the right direction, right? And I don't think that you're in any rush. I don't think that anybody else is in a rush here. But you got to continue that pace. We're not galloping to the end here because it's worth it. It is worth it with the Empress coming out. Temperance. This is what I'm talking about with the way that you're thinking, right? Keep yourself balanced. Don't veer one way or the other, right? Keep everything balanced. The way that your thoughts are going, the way that you're feeling. You know, don't lose your cool with this. Because what you're building is something so beautiful, right? Things will be fair. Things will be balanced. The Ace of Pentacles, this is an opportunity that could be something, like I said, that is going to last you for the rest of your life, right? This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Damn, man. Damn, this is beautiful. Beautiful reading. Oh, I love it. And I think that for some of you, you need this. You need this. You need this to be a realistic thing for you this time. And prosperity, I'm telling you, no matter what we're talking about here. Intuition, pay attention to your intuition. Trust in the mystery, right? It's seeing the mystery in life, right? And your intuition is leading you to this place of understanding the mystery, so to speak, right? And it's going to lead you to prosperity. It's beautiful. It's perfect. I love your reading, Cancer. And navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. Fucking right. I'm telling you, things are going to be corrected. And that is beautiful to see. Mystic Healer. There is a healer within you. You can heal these situations. You can help heal partnerships at this point. It's perfect. But following your bliss is so important, right? Do what you feel like is going to make you happy. But it's beautiful. It's perfect. I love your reading. I love it. And I love the way that this is. It's perfect. You guys will have to let me know. Let me know about the good things. Let me know about the positivity, right? But make sure that you take a step back and you look at your life and the situations going around in a different perspective, right? Don't view things the way that you always have. And that is what's going to help you here with rebuilding your life, rebuilding relationships, whatever it is that you're accomplishing here. Because what it's leading to is something that, is beautiful. It's beautiful.